What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play of CJ, continuing both California Week and the 10 question segment. Tonight's 10 questions on the LA Kings / my audition tape for Late Shift, new show. But anyway, we'll talk more about that later on. Without further ado, number 10. What rookies will the LA Kings see next season? Obviously, Toffoli's actually still eligible as a rookie. They'll see him, and that'll come up more in the piece. But Derek Forbort, the first round pick in 2010 out of University of North Dakota, I think he'll definitely get up for a few games. I love his game, college hockey. And Tanner Pearson, first round pick in 2012. We'll see some heavy, I'm not going to say heavy NHL minutes, but he'll be up for a good portion, I believe. Number 9, will Tyler Toffoli be in the top 6? Yeah. I think he's earned that spot with Penner leaving. We'll talk more about Penner later on in the piece. That's your next question. I think he'll definitely, the minutes will be there, and maybe not top 6 all the time. Maybe play some third line minutes, but I think he's got some chemistry there, and they know what they have in him, and they know he's a great offensive player, and he's going to continue to see. When you put good offensive players together, with their creativity and flash and dash, good things will happen. Number 8, how much will they miss Penner? I really don't think they're going to miss him that much. I know he's a great playoff player, but at the same time, the regular season numbers are, let's put it lightly, subpar. I mean, the thing I tweeted right when free agency started, comparing his numbers to Sean Thornton's, was like, Jesus, and Sean Thornton's only making $750,000. I mean, come on, really? I like Penner's game, but at the same time, you can't pay that much money for mediocrity, especially with a cash-strapped team and a salary cap-driven league. A team that needs cap space. I mean, this isn't a B-level team. This is a team that's won the Cup and believes that, winning the Cup can be a regular thing, and you can't just be wasting cap space on a guy whose effort in the regular season is, to be nice, at times questionable. So, I mean, I don't think they'll miss him that much. But, the big net front presence, la-di-da. Number 7, what kind of wear and tear will Drew Doughty have on him, and how are they going to, keep that to a minimum? I'd watch his minutes early in the season. Plain simple. You don't need him playing 25 minutes a night early in the season. Put some pressure on the other defensemen. Force them to step up. Voinov just got a new contract extension. Force him to eat some of Doughty's minutes, especially early on, because between the Kings' regular season, the Olympics, which, believe me, the Olympics will be up. That seems to be a common trend in the last two pieces, but there'll really be a common trend next to questions. And then the playoffs, he's going to need to be fresh for the playoffs. I mean, not a knock on Canada, but what's more important, the Olympics or the Stanley Cup? And I think they're both equally important in their own special way. But the Kings need him. For the Kings organization, they need him to be at 100% going into the playoffs. So watch his minimums and, tell Mike Babb, okay, ease up on him. Especially, I'd bench him against the USA. I want to play him. I want to play him. I want to play Crosby. I'd start, I'd see if Ken Dryden's available to start. But the joke wasn't that good. Number 6, just Anze Kopitar finally have 90 points this year. I don't think so, and I think that's a good thing. I think he's going to have his 75, 80 points, play Sutter's system, and the most important thing is you win games. And they've done a lot of that the last couple of years, so I don't think Kopitar's the kind of guy that wants to play for his own stats, even though I think he's up for a new deal after 2014. But we'll see what happens. I think they'll take care of him for sure. Number 5, speaking of new deals, does Dustin Brown's new contract weigh him down and affect his play on the ice? Absolutely effing not. This is a guy that plays a straight-ahead game, who's been a great player, in the Stanley Cup Finals, has won a silver medal in the Olympics, will be going for gold this year in the Olympics. He's, even when he's not scoring, he's contributing. So as his cap hit increased, he'll be fine. Don't worry about it. There are players to worry about and mailing it in with their fat cat contract extensions, but he's not one of those guys, and he'll be just fine. Number 4, the goaltender situation. Obviously, Jonathan Quick, we know he's okay. He'll be the number 1 goalie, at least to start camp. That could change. I kid, but with Scrivens coming in and replacing Bernier, how much does Scrivens play? He's obviously not as good as Bernier. It's not a knock on Scrivens. It's just a fact. He's not as good as the former first-round pick from the Lewiston Maniacs. I'd honestly play him. I'd give him 20 starts next year. I honestly think if he goes 12-8, Quick can make up the difference, because you want to keep Quick fresh I'd even go so far as to say give him more starts. Maybe 25 starts, because with the Olympics, Quick's going to be the U.S. number 1 goalie. Unless Jim Craig comes back and is in 1980 form, that's going to be you're going to need Quick for the U.S. to win the gold medal at the Olympics, and the Kings are going to need Sean Quick if they want to win the Stanley Cup. So that's common thing there. I think giving scrimmage minutes isn't adverse to anyone. I think it benefit really everyone involved. Number 3, the other piece of that trade, how will Matt Fratton fit in? I think he'll be just fine. I think he'll play top 6, top 9 minutes. He's got some grit. He's good offensively. Former, I believe he led college hockey, the NCAA in goal scoring, playing college hockey at the University of North Dakota. And one of Derek Forbett's former teammates at UND. So there's that. Forbett's up for extended time next year. Number 2, this we actually talked about this a few times. Olympic wear and tear on the Kings. Obviously, Doughty's going to be playing some big-time minutes for Canada. Quick's going to be the U.S. number 1. Voinov will be out there for the motherland. Unfortunately, Slovenia doesn't have an Olympic team, which is too bad for poor Anze. But there's going to be some key players playing at the Olympics. Mike Richards will probably make Team Canada. Carter, I don't. I got Richards on Team Canada. I don't have Carter. But I think it's going to be tough. But I think if they manage the minutes intelligently early in the season, when you factor it all in at the end of the year, they'll still be good to go come playoff time. That when you got a team like this, you just got to get to the finish line. This is a team that will make the playoffs, that has won the cup, that knows what it takes. It's like, and they won the cup as the 8th seed, so they've seen it all. It's like, just get us to the postseason, and we'll take it from there. And I think that's maybe that's not the best attitude to take, but you know what, it works for them. And number 1, how much crash and burn will the Kings have? This is a team that went to the conference finals this year, won the cup last year, and has played a ton of hockey games the last couple of years. I mean, even going back with Richards and Carter, going back to the Philly days. The year before that, they were in the second round last year in Philly. The year before that, Stanley Cup finals. I think the year before that, they were in the conference finals. So, I know they lost in the first round in 2009. But, this team has played a lot of hockey. That's going to be something to watch. And like I said, that was a common trend. I mean, this team can easily crash and burn. I mean, you look at what did the... I mean, I know going back a lot further, and they played a lot more games. When you look at the New York Islanders, one of the 4 cups in a row, when they were done, they were done. I mean, they played all those playoff games. They were in tense battles with with the Bruins, with the Sabres, with all these high-core Eastern Conference teams. That even with the young blood, with LaFontaine and those guys, they didn't win another cup. I mean, obviously winning 4 in a row was fine, but I mean, when you play this many playoff games, especially last year with the condensed season, there were no maintenance days. Every point was valuable. And, that's just the way it is. And I think, like I said, the common trend has to be watching these guys' minutes, especially with an Olympic year. Now, the best case scenario is, you hope you guys don't make the Olympic team, because then they have 15 days off mid-season. But, at the same time, you want to see your guys, represent the countries. And, for me as an American, I want to see John Quick, stifle the entire world the same way he did in the 2012 Stanley Cup playoffs. But, I think it was up to Sutter and Lombardi to a large degree to, make sure guys aren't playing more than they should, and, just be healthy at the end of the season. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And if you treat the regular season, I'm not saying disregard the regular season, but at the same time, they know what it takes to get it done. And I believe they will, and I think they'll be one of the more prepared teams. I'm not saying because a team like this, it's like the Bruins, like Pittsburgh. It doesn't matter where they finish during the regular season; they are a threat to win the Stanley Cup, and that's what they want, and that's what they've established. And I think that's what they're going to continue to do. They've established a winning tradition, and I think that's going to continue. Anyway, that's what this episode of the Power Play with CJ on 10 questions for the LA Kings have going into the 2013-2014 NHL season. Stay tuned for episodes throughout the offseason and beyond. Later, guys.